y'all sexy people doing today? Weird Alicorn is back to read you guys more of Close Bonds. That's right, if you remember last time we read the last part of Chapter 7 along with Scootaloo's intermission. That was pretty cool. Scootaloo had written a letter to her late mother about how she's been going through life, and we had another character introduced, Skyla, which I suppose is Scootaloo's sister. So, I don't know, maybe we'll hear more about her, or maybe we won't. I don't know. Well, we have this kind of showdown between Rainbow Dash and Skyla. I don't even know what Skyla is. Is Skyla like a thing? Is that like an actual fandom thing? Because I don't remember. Let me know in the comments. So today we're just going to start reading Chapter 8. Hopefully we'll be finished with it. If you guys remember last time I had cool effects and stuff, I might try to do that this time as well. So, we'll just see how it goes then. Let's get on to reading Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is entitled, Ivan and Rainbow are still at the beach. Come on, man, they're still at the beach? Thought we were past the beach. No, but they're still at the beach. Part 1, actually, is Chapter 8. So here we go. Why don't we just get right on to reading. Close Bonds, 8th chapter. Nudge, nudge. Harder nudge. You open your eyes, turning to look at what the nudging is coming from. A little ball of orange and purple has her nose stuck into your side. She doesn't seem to be awake, you realize, and you sit up. Her eyes open as well, taking in the room, bed, and you. She looks confused. Oh God.
Where am I?
You look at her and smile. We're at the beach, Scoots, remember? Her eyes widen in recollection.
Oh yeah, I remember.
She scans the room again, pausing particularly long on the sleeping Rainbow. She yawns, then sits up. So, you ask, any reason you left Dash's bed for mine? Just wondering. Oh man. As the wheels in her head begin to turn, she starts to take in what you just said. Her cheeks tint themselves a light pink and she averts her eyes. Oh no.
She kicks a lot in her sleep.
You look at the perfectly still Rainbow Dash and raise an eyebrow. You sure? She looks like she stayed in that same position all night.
Well, she does move a lot.
Uh-huh. Once again you watch Rainbow for a bit. Then, silently, you get up and walk over to her bed. Hey Rainbow, you should get up now. She groans, then grabs the pillow she's sleeping on and pulls it over her head. You shake your head, then lift the corner slightly. Come on, Dash. Don't you want to eat breakfast? The complimentary buffet ends at 10. Her reply is muffled, but quite understandable.
Would you like to get the duck out of my face? It starts in 10 seconds.
Depends on which buck you're referring to. You whisper into the pillow. Deciding not to test her patience any further, you back away from her bed to look at Scootaloo. So, breakfast? As you and Scootaloo walk through the entrance to the buffet, you're greeted by the smell of waffles, pancakes, coffee, and an all-too-familiar lecturing voice. Now, Sweetie Belle, remember to use the knife with your right hoof and hold the fork with your left hoof. Then, when you're done cutting your food, switch the fork back over to your right hoof, and when using a napkin... Sweetie Belle nods. From the wide smile and angelic eyes, you can tell that all this is going in one ear and out the other. Good girl, sweetie. You grab a plate and begin piling on fruit, hash browns, and different flavored pancakes. You're about to grab a strange green-colored pancake, but upon seeing the label, grass pancakes, you decide that curiosity kills the cat. By the time you make it back to the table, Scootaloo's already digging in. Rarity, however, is just wrapping up her lecture. And you want to make sure not to get anything on your coat. Your fur is pristine white, very beautiful, but such beauty requires care. You do want to have a coat like your sister, right? Sweetie Belle nods rapidly. Rarity smiles and touches her little sister's cheek with her hoof. Good girl, sweetie. Eat up now. Rarity levitates a fork and daintily begins her meal. Sweetie Belle does the same, except she stuffs a whole syrup-soaked waffle into her mouth when her older sister isn't looking. You manage to stifle a laugh. At this time, the soft pitter-patter of hoof steps approach from behind.
Hello, Ivan.
A soft voice greets.
Is any pony using this chair?
Without even looking her way, you pull out a seat for Fluttershy. Out of the corner of your eye, you watch a yellow wing outstretch itself, and a plate slides off and onto the table. Impressive, really, but you don't say anything. Fluttershy takes a seat beside you.
So,
She asks, after taking a few small bites of grass.
where's Rainbow this morning?
You gulp down some water. Asleep.
Still? Is she okay?
After taking a few bites of hash browns, you answer. Yeah, she always sleeps in this late. Sometimes, on the weekends, she doesn't wake up till I'm having lunch. I guess she's just used to burning time, no job and all.
Poor Rainbow. I feel sorry for what happened.
Yeah, me too. Fluttershy looks at you in a concerned manner.
You shouldn't, Ivan. You were the first one to help her, remember?
A memory runs through your head. You wait underneath the cloud that is Rainbow Dash's home. Looking around you at the few boxes of her belongings, you shake your head. This wasn't supposed to happen. Rainbow was supposed to be a wonderball. She was supposed to be famous, rich, rising above you all in Ponyville. You even remember promising her that you would watch her air shows. Now look where you are. You see the sullen Pegasus' silhouette come from over the cloud. You begin to make out her face as she draws nearer. She looks sad, defeated. Without even looking at you, she touches the ground. You rest a hand on her back. Ready to go? She just nods ever so slightly. You pick up a box and together you make your way back to your house. You were still part-weighing your thoughts when you answered Fluttershy. Yeah, still, I feel bad though. I recall numerous times telling her that she was a shoo-in, that there was no way they wouldn't accept her. Makes me wonder if she just kind of lost it, because she felt she failed us. Fluttershy looks like she's about to say something, but a shrill cry rings out. Sweetie Belle, what have you done? Both you and Fluttershy snap your heads up. Sweetie Belle has syrup all over her face. Why? She asks, cheeks stuffed full of waffles. As she talks, spittle flies out of her mouth. Rarity catches the saliva drops mid-air with her magic and floats them into a nearby trash can. Ugh! I told you not to get anything on your coat! Sweetie gulps down what's in her mouth.
On my coat? What do you mean? Oh, do I have something on my face?
She proceeds to take a foreleg and wipe it across her mouth. No, sweetie! Ugh! Rarity does the pony equivalent of pinching the bridge of her nose. Relax, Rarity, you chuckle. She's only 12, right? Sweetie Belle nods, wiping the syrup that's stuck to her foreleg on the tablecloth. Rarity groans. Just don't come crying to me when you're losing all of your fur, she mutters, stepping away from the table. You lean across the table. That won't happen, you whisper to Sweetie Belle, who's licking the sweet, nearly hardened substance from off her coat. She giggles. A rather loud yawn sounds from behind you, as well as Rainbow's drowsy voice. What's up over here? Again, you don't turn around, instead waiting for her to show up beside you. You lift a strawberry to your mouth and slowly chew, savoring the perfectly sweet flavor. Fruit this heavenly was rarely found on Earth, even with all the genetic engineering that was possible in that world. They never did produce very good fruit, at least by your standards now. Eyes closed, you reach for another one, only for your hand to hit the table. You open your eyes, confused. Why did you take my plate, Rainbow? You question the Pegasus who's eating your food. Rainbow doesn't even have a chair. She just places her forelegs on the surface of the table and eats like an animal. She doesn't answer for a second, gulping down all of your delicious strawberries before turning to you with a smirk. My plate now. Fatty. You're gonna eat all that, you tease? This elicits a gasp from all the females in the area, because you called her fat, you assume. But Rainbow seems undaunted. She swallows the last bit of pancake and steps down from the table. Seems I'm more of a stallion than you. Ew, Scootaloo says. You smirk. If you mean by the smell, then yes. You still haven't taken a shower. Rainbow waves you off with her hoof. If we're going to the beach today, then I don't need to. In any case, you need to help me clean up that pigsty of a room. You raise an eyebrow. I've kept it pretty clean, actually. I tripped over the bags on my way out. You laugh, then stand up and tug Rainbow by the ear out of the buffet. She eventually manages to pry your hand off her earlobe and bite down on it immediately afterwards. It hurts, but not a lot, since ponies only have molar teeth. It's a long way of shoving and tripping each other before the two of you finally make it to your room. The door swings open. You run in and kick a few bags clear across the room. Kia! You yell, clearing a path for Rainbow to walk through. After locking the door, she simply flies over to the bed, obviously in an attempt to vex you. In retaliation, you sit on the side of the mattress and lay your head on the outstretched Pegasus's belly. In return, she lays her rainbow tail across your face. After laughing and throwing off the mask of red and yellow, you turn to Rainbow. I've come to a realization.
What's that?
Again, she wraps her tail around your head. You push it aside and pin the devious limb against the bed. I think we fight now as much as we did before we were dating. Rainbow scoffs.
Dating? We fucked a few times, if that's what you mean. And I punched you in the face.
Her lips curve into a smile.
But we do the fun kind of fighting.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You take her hoof and kiss it. But still, you think we're going a little too far?
What? I thought it was all in good fun.
Just remember, Dash, there are much worse things that can be put on donuts than salt. Rainbow giggles.
You really should have seen your face. It was priceless.
You sigh, putting on a show of false disappointment in her. Rainbow Dash sees your wistful expression and groans.
Fine, whatever. I'll tone it down a little. But just a little.
You grab her hoof, lightly kissing it again. Thanks, Dash. The two of you lie there for a while, head on her belly, not really thinking of anything in particular. Then, you both hear and feel her stomach gurgle. Some pony still hungry? You tease.
A little. You cut my meal off short.
She bops you on the nose. Sorry about that. You're still nice and soft, though.
That's the waffles.
She ruffles your hair.
You mind getting off of them?
Waffles. Getting off her waffles? I can't read that line seriously. Adhering to her wishes, you take your head off her belly and place yourself on the pillow next to her. Immediately, a loud burp sounds next to your ear. You look over at Rainbow, giving her a, "Well, now why'd you go and do that?" look. Her eyes light up and she giggles. You shake your head. Rarity would have a fit if she were here.
Well, good thing she isn't here,
Rainbow clambers on top of you, giggling the whole way and resting her chin on her elbows. She really seems to like this position. Looking straight into her violet eyes, you begin to softly stroke the back of her neck. She coos, giving you a quick peck on the cheek, and resting her head where her elbows had previously been. You hug her above the wings, dragging your fingers back and forth through her silky, though slightly gritty fur. The lulling rhythm of her heartbeat causes you to become drowsy, and your mind wanders off. You find yourself in the memories of the beach, the sand, the water, the hot sun, Rainbow's bikini, Fluttershy and her little act of deviousness, how she stole the sunglasses and how you wish you had some. You'd always been told to at least wear a hat to protect your eyes and skin, so you'd made it a habit to... Wait. You realize you dozed off when your eyes reflexively opened. Rainbow was still in the same spot, snoozing away. Slowly, so as not to disturb her, you remove your right hand from her back and begin examining your arm. Curious, you do the same with your left arm. Rainbow shifts a bit, opening her eyes half-liddedly to check if you're still there, then drifting off back to sleep. At least it seemed that way to you.
What are you doing?
She mumbles. You rest your arms on her back again. Nothing. Just needed to get comfortable. Despite the drowsiness, suspicion is still quite evident in her voice.
I saw you looking at your forelegs.
Just checking something. It would take some explaining. She lifts her head and yawns. Looking at you with half-open eyes, she smacks her lips.
Explain.
You sigh, sensing that she's not going to let this drop. Her dominating personality just won't let her, you think in your mind. Alright, well, while I was asleep, I realized I had no sunburns, and was wondering why. She scoops up her body and puts her muzzle in the crook of your neck.
I don't even know what that is,
she mumbles, falling back to sleep. This comes as a shock to you. You mean a sunburn? She nods in response. You don't know what a sunburn is. Surely you've seen one. Actually, come to think of it, you can't recall ever seeing a sunburn in Equestria. Not even on yourself.
No, Ivan, don't be stupid. The sun's too far away to burn anything.
You groan.
She can be so ignorant sometimes. You need to send some letters to Twilight. You're still wondering about the whole electricity thing. Maybe she'll know. You lay back, running your fingers through Rainbow's hair. That's something you'll worry about later. For now, you intend on just enjoying your vacation. And that is the end of the 8th chapter of Close Bonds. Thank you for listening today. I will read the author's note to you guys. Once again, he recognizes the proofreader as H.W. Rogers. It says, yes, a bit short. This and the next part combined were supposed to be one chapter, but writing's been a bit slow lately, and I didn't want to keep you guys from waiting. I actually can't wait to get past this beach arc so I can move on to more important parts. I know that feeling, man. I know that feel. You just want to move past like the little bits, and then you just want to move on to like the important parts. I know that. So this time I also did like the cool production. I made this a whole production thing, but it took me a while. Which is why it hasn't been out for a while. Also because I've been doing other things over Christmas and stuff. But I want to ask you guys a question. If I could probably do like, I don't know, maybe like 3 chapters in a row, like in one reading. But I won't make it like a production like this. I'll make it like, it won't be like shitty, but like it'll be a lot less staged than this was. Because if you haven't noticed already, I've been reading these chapters in advance and then going over them with my own thoughts and stuff, or what my own take on it, right? So it's not the same first impressions as it was the last time. I don't know if you guys want to go back to first impressions, and I'll still try to keep the audio, but it won't have the voices because I won't know what voices to make, you know what I mean? Because some of these dialogue tags, you know, they don't come till after the dialogue, and I won't know which voices to make. And if I'm doing it the first time, I'll probably mess up a lot more. In this, like, I know what I'm going to say, so I have it planned out and stuff. So let me know in the comments what you guys want. If you guys want like this, like the next time to be like 3 chapters in a row, but not be planned out and not be like as quality as this was, I want to say. Or do you want it to be quality like this was, but just do like 1 chapter? So like that's the trade-off I'm going to present to you guys right now. Vote one way or another, and I'll be looking at the comments. And please, everyone, vote, because I want to get everyone's opinion. I don't want just like 3 people to make this decision for everyone, because, you know, this is me reading to you guys. So yeah. That's pretty much all I wanted to say about the chapter. It was, you know, it was a sweet one. I liked the interactions between Sweetie Belle and Rarity, because that was pretty funny. And the cute little scene at the end there, where he's like wondering, what is sunburn, man? I can't get sunburn. That's odd. Maybe like Celestia's son doesn't sunburn people or something like that. Which would be a very odd thing to explain to ponies, how you gotta like peel off your skin like a fucking snake when you get sunburn and stuff. But yeah, so I just wanted to reiterate, I cannot talk, reiterate, vote one way or the other for first impressions or staged. So yeah, let me know about that in the comments, and I will be back with another reading. Soon or later, depending. So, later, guys.